Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy Friday. Happy snow day. Happy the winter is here, and I think it's not going anywhere. And I am already over the winter. Okay. We are here to have a good old conversation about a few things and whatnot. Make sure that while you're here, okay, you are liking the video, subscribing to my channel. Also, please comment in the comment section and all that good stuff, okay? I was live on Wednesday. That was a good little chat. I did cover the Housewives of Potomac reunion looks in a separate video. That is up on my channel, so please go there to see those things. Right now, we're here for these a couple of things getting to, okay? I almost was like, girl, what is there to talk about? And I was like, not really nothing, but we can, discuss these few things. I forgot to put Trey Songz on the thumbnail, okay? I'll fix it later. Anyway, y'all, how y'all doing? Yes, I'm in my same outfit from Wednesday, because this is now my favorite around the house pajama set, okay? I got it from Torrid, and I wore it Wednesday and took it off, and I put it back on today, okay? So it's so comfy, cozy, and I like it. I like it a lot, okay? But thank y'all for those who are watching live. Thank y'all for those who are watching the replay. Either way it go, thank y'all for being here. Yeah. Comfy pajamas. I love it. I did not wear these yesterday. I took it off when I got off live Wednesday, and then I put them on the couch in the closet room. And I'll say, girl, put it back on today, because one, it is freezing. And this is like a fleece material. It's a warm fleece. And because what's the weather right now, y'all? Right now, okay, right now, it is -1 degree outside. But what does it feel? But it feels like -10. Now, I don't know if people realize this or not, but in Michigan, we are a cold state. We get snow, we get cold weather. We're not a negative degree state. We don't regularly get Arctic cold weather. Okay. We're built for it, but we're not built like we're built for it. We're fine. However, this isn't regular. Okay. I never cut my heat above like 72, maybe 73, even in the winter. My heat is on 80. My heat is on 80. I'm dripping water in all the sinks in the bathroom and tub and all that stuff because we don't want no pipes busting. This is abnormal, extremely cold, arctically cold weather, and it's supposed to be colder tomorrow. Okay, so I'm where in the house because I don't like cold weather. I don't at all. But again, thank y'all for being here. Happy Friday. The world is on all our shoulders, okay? Thank you for the super chats, Toby Hannah. I'm trying my best to stay warm. Once I get off this live, I'm gonna bundle up on my couch, watch RuPaul's Drag Race, and go to sleep. But it is so cold. It is. I open my door I got some food delivered from Instacart. I got some barbecue delivered from Chicken Shack, whatever. I opened my door twice today, and both times my whole body said, "Bitch, close the door. Close the doors." What are you doing? No. I am not. I'm a winter baby, but I hate the winter. I do. If I don't have to leave the house, I won't. I start my car from my window. Beep. Start, leave it be. I'll start my car on one today. I am off work Monday. I'm back at work Tuesday, and I'm hoping and praying. Now we're supposed to get like 4 to 6 inches Sunday. I'm already over it. I am already over it. Okay, but again, I am trying my best to, you know what I'm saying, stay around here, stay warm, child, all of those things. Yes, I had, because I said I'm not going to be able to find all these people in any kind of color. I said it's going to be the easiest to possibly find them in black. Okay, because everybody got a picture in. If you don't have a picture in black, that means you are a crazy person who's probably wanted for murder. Okay, but yes, I was like a little blackout thing because it is not much to get into, but it's things to get into. Okay, so that's how we're here. We're here to be messy. Yes, I will be watching and reviewing the versus battle next Friday between Mike Will Made It and Hit Boy. Now, Mike Will made one of my favorite songs, Bands and That Dance. I love that song. It's just such a ratchet anthem. That's my favorite song. Now, more than likely, I will do a live watch along like I did last time on my other channel. And then the recap will be on this channel. So, yes, we will be doing, any verses. I'm going to always cover it. So, yes, I absolutely will be live for the verses next Friday. And I'm happy now, I think, because it starts like 5 p.m., maybe 5 p.m. Pacific time, which is, I think, is like 7 or 8 art in my time. But yeah, we'll see. We'll for sure be around that thing, having a good time. Yeah, please like the video. Okay, hit like, hit subscribe, and then comment. Okay, that's it. What the hell? Okay, I am also praying the power does not go out. The reason I got groceries was because I'm like, I don't want the power to go out, and I only have food I have to cook. So I got me some crackers. I got me some lunch meat. So I can at least make some sandwiches, child. I got me some juice and whatever. Because I can survive off some lunch meat, some cheese, honey. So yeah, I'm hoping it feels like Antarctica. Yeah. It absolutely feels like we are living on an iceberg. It's Iceland outside. I'm like, when it's cold outside, we say, oh my God, the devil is sitting out. I'm sorry, when it's hot outside. When it's hot outside, we always say, oh, the devil is sitting outside on the hood of my car. Oh my God, it's so hot. I don't know who we see when it's this cold. Not sure who we see when it's Iceland cold outside. What is this? Uh, I am I need everybody to know this. I hate group chats. I am such I can't stand group chats. If it's more than four people, meaning me and three others, don't put me in it. I child every time my family starts some kind of fucking group chat, child, I just hide, mute because I don't care. Because they're never really talking to me, and I'm like, I don't really care to be in that conversation because it's not really like my aunt sent a group chat, 13 people. Okay, 13 people because my cousin made a song. My grown adult cousin made a song for my uncle, her daddy, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, girl, anyway, I love my family, I do, but I'm like, auntie, I don't care that cousin made a song for uncle because more than likely I'll see it when y'all post the shit on Facebook. So I don't need a text with me and 13 people, meaning my phone is gonna keep buzzing. Okay, so I just put it on mute. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, see? And it ain't got shit to do with me. You can't see it. But I mean, anyway, I be like, leave me out of it, child. Leave me out of it. Anyway, yeah, penguins around here getting on my goddamn nerve. I wonder because we be having geese and birds and shit outside my job. I do wonder where they at right now. Are they froze to death? Do the bird do the geese where they at? I wonder are the geese like will they die? Because we don't have like a geese sanctuary nowhere for them to go to. I just wonder where they at right now. I don't know. Maybe they warm blooded and I don't know. Or maybe they cold blooded. I don't know. Anyway. Because I was on. But yeah, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the foolishness because I did save quite a few things for us to discuss today because I wasn't live yesterday. And the reason I did not go live yesterday was because I said to myself, "Self, it ain't that much shit going on today on this Thursday. Save the one or two stories and do that on a Friday." Okay. Now, because I'm home Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we're going to have a couple of lives, some conversations, some posts. So I'll have stuff to entertain y'all. Cause I feel like everybody, at least on this side of the country, up and below, we're all dealing with this Arctic blast, this Arctic storm coming. I know, New York and Philly and Jersey and the Georgia, the Texas. I know they are getting ready to be hit with like y'all feet, inches and inches and inches of snow. Okay, now we only gonna get 4 or 5 inches supposedly. But again, I'm hoping that everybody can be safe and stay in the house you know, this weekend because yeah, mm, I just I don't have to go anywhere. I can see who I need to see on FaceTime, or they can come and see me. I don't have to leave the house. I have all the food I need here. I got the clothes I need here, all the water, all the entertainment. Okay. And if I need some pressure put on my lower back, I can get it from here. Okay. There's no reason for me to leave by a boat. Okay. Now, for anyone who do have to leave, I feel for you. Get real warm, wrap yourself up. Okay. Because again, I don't want anyone to get confused. Yes, Michigan is a cold state, but even we're not used to this much coldness back to back and the coldness on top of the snow. Okay, I told y'all before, I think I have before, I said we either get really cold weather like it's 3 degrees. Okay. We'll have that for like one day, maybe two. Or we'll have our 20 degrees and we also got, 4 5 inches of snow. But it ain't that cold outside or whatever. So the snow is easy to plow. It ain't no issue. But bitch, when we have -degree weather plus snow, meaning the salt doesn't work to melt the ice because it's too cold outside, I ain't going nowhere. I am always a proponent of if it is I am not risking my life to go nowhere outside. And it would have to be some kind of an emergency for me to leave the house. Okay. A close family member is in need, my sister, my mama, DJ, because I can get to them, okay? Him, what I'm saying? My best friend, you know what I'm saying? I'll leave because I have to, bitch. Because matter of fact, Karla has a show, y'all. Karla has a show tomorrow at Miss Eva's at 8 p.m. I bought a ticket. I'm not going. I paid for a ticket because you support the people, even if you can't show up, bitch. I have planned to go because I bought the ticket when she first, was gonna do the show. And then I'm like, wait a minute, it's gonna be an Arctic blast. I got girl. Oh Lord. Oh, but I bought a ticket, I support it. But I'm like, I know I'm not going outside. I do not. Besides going to work, I'm not going anywhere fun until March. February is optional because I don't know if we're gonna keep getting this extremely cold weather. Nope. It's cold. I can't drink because I gotta be sober. Will a snowstorm hit while we're up in there? Is the parking lot clean? Are the streets clean? Is the salt down? I was going to go. What was yesterday? Yesterday, I left yesterday to go put gas in my car because you should never leave a car with the tank not at least on half. So I left yesterday to get some put gas in my car, and I was gonna stop at this soul food place to get some food I got home. And bitch, I pulled in the parking lot, and I'm like, y'all ain't shut with my parking lot. I'm not risking my life, my body, my leg, my knees, and on fall. Why did y'all not plow and salt the fucking parking lot? I ain't going. Can't do it. Okay. So it's a no for me, bro. It's a hell no. Hell no. So the no. Now this freaking igloo mother right here. Well, not motherfucker, so nice, but he's an igloo. Okay, he's from here. Okay, whereas I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. I close the door. He boots on the ground. But that's how we are here. Some people in Michigan do not go out in the winter, and some people from here go out regardless. Okay, that's him, not me. That's him. Okay. Anyway, hi, have fun. Don't have another one for me. March, yeah, March can be a surprise. We never know. I remember a snowstorm. I was at Wayne State University. I had on these beautiful fitted jeans. They was boot cut jeans. Had my cute heels on, bitch. Had them look cute. I look so cute at class. And sure enough, a fucking snowstorm hit. And my dad had to come get. I said, Daddy, Dad, I can't go home. I can't walk nowhere. I can't catch the bus home. Like I didn't have a car back then. You have to come get me. My dad pulled up and this Tahoe daughter get in the car because I wasn't dressed. It was April. As of right now, her show is not canceled. Because again, tomorrow is gonna only be like -15 degrees. So technically, if you dress warm enough, you can go places. And I got a snowsuit. I have a coat that's like a snowsuit. Okay, it's real warm and whatnot. So I have ample clothes, coats, boots to be dressed to go out, and I'm gonna be in my car. You know, I'm not gonna be out. I'm not out at a bus stop. I'm not out. I'm not ass out in the streets. I'm gonna drive from A to B. But I'm like, no, because the streets can be whatever, black ice can be whatever. I can't see at night, bitch. No, I gotta get warm. I gotta get warmed up when I get home. Anyway, it's too cold. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it at all. Nope. Nothing. 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 Okay. I like. Yeah. One night only. I'm not doing it. I'm in the house with it. But again, everybody driving. If you have to be out, just be safe. Dress warm. Drive safe. Drive slow. Again, if you're in any of those states that's getting the snow that y'all can't handle, bundle up, bitch. Okay, get you some candles and stuff, and let that be. But let's get to the people, to the stuff that we here to discuss. Okay. I feel like, now this happened in Detroit today. Well, in the surrounding cities. Now I don't know why anybody around here driving cars into buildings. Okay, but a man crashed his car into a bitch at the airport at Metro. Not him acting a plumby fool in a Lions jersey. Not you. Why are you doing this, sir? Why are you acting a fool?
Wow.
I know it's cold outside. Okay, you maybe don't want to park your car outside and walk anywhere, but you cannot drive your car through the airport. I feel like if you drive your car through the airport, which I believe is a federal building, you're going to prison. That's the no-fly list.
Wow.
You can't be doing that, sir. You can't. There's no parking in the building. Okay, there's no parking in the building. You can't do that. And I'm like, can you imagine being at work and it's gonna get off and some idiot come just ram a car, girl? And I can't get out of work now. Who is in charge of cleaning the car up? And people is crazy. So I don't know why he did that. Okay, and then I seen this on TMZ. This was also in Michigan. Okay, in Oakland County. This lady drove her car through the Ulta. Now I said to the girl, did you not see the store? Did you not see the girl? Hold on. Once you drive your car through the Ulta store, you do know you're going to jail, right? When the police are right behind you, unless you're going to just bad boys it out and drive completely in one wall and out the other, you're going to prison. It's the fact that even though she's like, I can't get out, the fact that she still kept, I guess, trying to get in the store a little bit more than before, ma'am, you are insane. And now you get a cop car. Now, I am not in no way, shape, or form a supporter of the police people, okay? That's not my ministry at all. However, I also feel like you really shouldn't ram police cars, but then they're gonna want to shoot you. They're gonna want to shoot you, okay? And I'm like, man, where you going? You do know there is no exit in the store. Okay, you can't get out by going in. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how it works. That ain't how any of this works. And y'all know I love trying to tell people, hey, you really should not do things that's gonna make you look stupid because you gonna be the one going to jail.
Katrina Deanne Renee Patterson.
Now, first of all, she looked like, yeah, I did it. Yeah. She looked like I did it. It was me. What do you want me to do? Okay, I asked Ulta for a new hairbrush. They told me no. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to drive through there. And I'm like, but you should never do that. Okay, you should never do that. Now, allegedly, she was drunk. They said she was suspected of drinking and driving. She had faced several felony charges because she crashed into the place, and she also hit the cop car. Now this is a better angle. This is a better angle. I want to. I hate commercials.
Alta crashed into Alta.
New video into our newsroom tonight showing a driver crashing into an Ulta beauty store during a police chase in Royal Oak. Thank you so much for joining us on News Channel 3 live at 5:30. Royal Oak police say this all started around 12:40 in the morning Sunday with reports of a car driving on train tracks.
Police say they approached the driver and tried to talk to her, but they say she refused to cooperate, and they noticed an open container of alcohol in her car.
How drunk do you have to be to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna drive through the Ulta. I'm gonna drive through.
When the arresting officers asked for the 26-year-old's license, she fled the scene. Police chased her, as you see here, until she crashed into the Ulta beauty store. Despite her vehicle being completely inside the building, the driver attempted to flee again. Take a look. Well, after ramming that patrol car, the driver continued to attempt to drive away, moving her car further into the store, causing thousands of dollars in additional damage. The car eventually became stuck in the store, and the woman was arrested without further incident. Katrina,
once you ride through the store, just go ahead and get out. Go ahead and get out. Sit on the curb because you're going to prison. Okay, you're going to prison, not the good prison. Well, I don't know if there's a good prison, but a bad prison. You can't be driving drunk. That's stupid. Okay. Also, she's child. You know what I'm finna, child. When I tell y'all, I don't. Can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. Anyway, she going to prison for drunk driving, probably destruction of property. She was 26 years old. She's from Canton. Again, you evading police. Okay. Now they say there was also a male passenger who was around there. I'm like, first of all, don't get me in trouble because of your bullshit. If you drunk and you running from the police, don't take me with you. That's weird. Okay. Leave me alone. That's why I don't get drunk no more, because I am so happy I've never had a drunk situation to where I drive my car through something and damn near kill somebody. That's just stupid. I seen this today, right when I was getting ready to do things. Y'all know I don't like Corey Holcomb. Okay. I still feel like Corey Holcomb is a aggravating person. I don't find him funny at all. But this footage, the surveillance footage allegedly shows that first of all, it looked like him even from a grainy video. Okay, but this is allegedly Corey Holcomb, being who I've always felt he was, a dangerous person. Now there's no sound, but there's a woman right here, okay, with some kind of braids or some kind of locks. You see, there's a whole bunch of people surrounding them, right? You see, Corey Holcomb is facing the girl, okay? That's him right here in the little hat, okay? And he walks up and punches and mushes the lady in the face. Now, I'm like, what can someone say to you from across, there's a good 5 feet between them. What can someone say to you that makes you walk up on them, okay, and get in her? And I see, and I'm happy old boy came and beat Corey's ass, because why are you putting your hands on the women, okay? Okay, why are you doing that? For what? Now, in my opinion, I was talking to him the other day, and I was like, because him. We're talking about it, and I was trying to explain to him the reasons I don't like Corey Holcomb. And I said Corey Holcomb to me comes off like, if we are at a party, okay, if we are at a party, and if I have to, even me, if a woman has too much to drink, okay, and she's laying down on the seat, and her panties fall off for some reason. To me, Corey has always felt like if he sees somebody with no panties on, he just assumes it's free range for him to get some vagina. And his response would be, well, she didn't have no panties on. I thought it was free pussy. So he always gives off, in my opinion, he's always given off, he is not a safe person to be around. I know plenty of men that if you're around them, and if your panties do fall off, okay, they're not taking coochie. Corey has always came off like he is not a safe man to be around if you're a woman. I'm not saying he's going to try to take every woman's coochie, but if it's a coochie he wants and he think it's there for the taking, he gonna snatch it on up. So seeing him having whatever confrontation with this person, her name, a female comedian, Christina Payne, and having whatever conversation or even an argument with him. My thing is, what could a woman say from 5 feet away that you run up on her and you punch her or you push her, you mush her in the face? Okay. Like, who does that? Someone who would also take the coochie, okay, of someone sitting and chilling on a couch, minding their business. Now, again, the fact that anyone is even trying to, because it looks from this melee that the man who was trying to defend Christina, all the other people then try to help Corey in the scuffle. And let me say this, anybody who see a man put his hands on a woman, and if your response is to try to help defend the man, you're a vagina. You're a vagina. Or you're an itty bitty penis. Either way. Okay? But I just, to me, he is not someone, even if some folk find him funny, I can't support people who, because again, if the video had shown them, Corey and the lady fussing, and let's say the lady ran up on Corey, okay? Let's say, and if this showed the lady walk up in Corey's face, and his reaction was to say, "Move, bitch," because someone ran up on him, I would not have an issue with that, because I'm a firm believer in, if you run up on me, you want to fight. However, the fact that we see Corey walk up on her, because in my opinion, there's nothing that she could have said from 5 feet away for you to walk up on her and swing. None. 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 Okay. And again, whoever the dude is in this hoodie right here, who was like, hey, muff, okay, hey, muff, him even is coming in defense of her is great. Okay. It's like, no, why y'all bringing it up? Help him beat up Corey. So I don't like Corey Holcomb. Okay. And I need people, we have to give people the smoke they deserve. Okay. Corey Holcomb, in my opinion, is not someone who should be celebrated, who should be supported and whatnot. And again, it's like, he's an asshole. Don't trust him around your peoples. Okay. So I think that, so let's discuss it. Again, people who do dumb shit. Now, Florida teen arrested for kicking a pregnant woman in the stomach, claims she knew the lady was pregnant and didn't care. Again, people are insane. Okay. Now, first of all, them saying a Florida teen, she's 18. Now, technically is a teen. No, she's a grown adult. Once you're 18, you're grown. Okay, you're legal. When I hear, oh, Florida teen, when I hear teen, I think, oh, it's someone young. No, you're legally grown. Okay. She kicked a pregnant woman in the stomach. Okay. This happened on January 19th at a residence somewhere in Florida. The victim said she arrived home to find Webb fighting with a young boy over him throwing water around the house. Okay. So she attempted to break it up. While trying to separate them, the pregnant woman claimed she was slapped in the face and struck. Girl, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? 18-year-old Victoria Webb then kicked a pregnant. I'm like, now why would you do that? Now, what, to me, that's attempted murder of the baby. Okay. When you knowingly kick a pregnant woman in the stomach, you are trying to kill the baby growing inside of her. Okay. Now, the pregnant lady will say, I came home and this heifer fighting a boy in the house over the water. I'm trying to break it up. Okay. And then while I'm trying to break it up, she slapped me in the face and kicked me in my stomach. Now, she admitted she knew the woman was pregnant and didn't care. If you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. I'm on that. Then this is my thing in that as well. If you, who the son? Okay. Now, the kicker, okay, also allegedly attacked her with a hairdryer. A hairdryer. I need people to stop being dumb and doing dumb shit on dumb days of the week for dumbass reasons. Okay. It's weird to me. I'm like, and again, stop doing dumb. Again, you could just punch her in the face. Why you kick her in the belly? Because again, if you're saying, well, she hit me, so I hit her back. It's like, but you should not kick pregnant people in their stomachs because it can be attempted murder. If a pregnant person hits you, man, just take them out at the knees. You know, they can fall down, not on their stomach, but on their back. Because you do not want to get an attempted murder, or if she lose the baby, it's a murder charge. Over what? Because someone, again, it ain't worth the prison time. Okay? Seen this shit and got confused. Now, first of all, she looked like Mexican cartel. Okay. I don't want to say that people in the cartel have a look, but that's a look right there. Okay. Texas mom said her 7-year-old daughter a corn dog once a day, gets 25 years in prison But the part that confused me is them saying she also had a child missing since 2017. Why she wasn't already in prison? Okay, so the lady, again, she sentenced to 25 years in prison after admitting that she locked her 7-year-old daughter in a closet for weeks and starved her. I said, bitch, for what? Again, people don't need to have children. Some folk, we always say, oh, no one should be forced to have a hysterectomy. No one should be forced to have an abortion. Everyone, again, I still believe, your body, your choice. Okay, your body, your choice. But if you choose to bring a child into the world, you're not allowed to abuse that child. If you was gonna abuse baby, get rid of it. Because who the fuck like a kid in the closet for weeks? Bitch, what? Virginia Gonzalez, 33 years old, kept the small child in a small dark closet, only gave her one corn dog a day and half a cup of water. Okay, he told the police, I punished her because she's always getting in stuff and had bladder issues. Bitch, take her to the doctor. What makes you think, oh, she's always getting in stuff and she go and she pee? Bitch, that does not mean starve her and only give her a half a cup of water. You need at least 8 ounces. No, is it a gallon of water a day to be regular? Again, you should not be allowed to birth babies and then just abuse the motherfuckers when they get here. Okay, the grandmama found the baby. Okay, the grandmama said, "Oh, where the baby at? Where the baby at?" Grandma found the baby, a 7-year-old baby or child, was only 29 pounds and malnourished because he had corn. Then, bitch, corn dogs. First of all, I think corn dogs are nasty. They're dry. Okay, but corn dogs and a half a cup of water. Police say Gonzalez had ordered the girl's sibling to keep her locked in the closet, which means, oh, she has more kids. They then said, in court, she said, I'm ready to do whatever I need to keep my kids. For what, bitch? For what? You're starving one of them is missing, the other ones are accomplices to your crimes. And they say she also had another daughter, Ava Maria Gonzalez, who has been missing since 2017 when she was 9. First of all, she killed that baby. No one can tell me that a child has been missing since 2017. She was 9 at the time. And y'all found a 7-year-old locked in the closet. She killed that first baby and child again. She need to get life. Again, Puerto Rican lady, basically whatever she is, Gonzalez, okay, prison. I hope she leaves this earth in prison. Okay, don't ever get out. I'm like, bitch, what do you mean? What are you doing? Why are we here? Okay, now Don Lemon, who was at that church in Minneapolis, and then the people who had stormed that church, well, they had arrested the protesters. Okay, but the judge later on said let them be free. Okay, let them out. Nikema Levy Armstrong and Chantel Allen were released from jail on Friday after being arrested for their role in the anti-ICE demonstration at the church in St. Paul, Minnesota. And they got out. That's cool. Now y'all know they was trying to. Now they were arrested. They were arrested. Okay. But now they're free. The weird thing, they arrested them. They were trying to arrest Don Lemon. Do I have that word somewhere? Don Lemon. They were trying to also arrest Don Lemon. But the judge refused to charge him because, one, Don Lemon is media. He's a journalist. You can't arrest a journalist for covering a story. So one, I'm happy the judge said, bitch, kill somebody else. I'm not arresting a goddamn journalist for covering a story. No, fuck y'all, okay? Now, Don Lemon said, bitch, I'm a fight any if I gotta fight. You won't take me down, ho. I said, please don't. Again, I don't know what's going on, but everyone is losing their fucking brains. I see this and said, bitch, what? Kansas City man faces up to 98 years. I said, 98 years? Kansas City man faces up to 98 years in prison on felony fraud charges. Police say he sold his car to 8 different people on Facebook and stole it back each time. Now, first of all, if you sell your car to someone, don't you have to sign over the title? Because you can't. I feel like you have to. The car has to be registered. Okay, so he's in jail now. Okay, he sold the vehicle. He sold the same car to 8 different people, and each time he would sell the car to somebody, he would steal it back and then sell it again. 24-year-old, is it Mamadou Delo? I don't know. He's accused of running a Facebook marketplace scheme and now face multiple felony charges. Perfect. He between May and June, but a month between May and June 25, he allegedly defrauded at least 8 buyers out of 24,000 a piece or each. Wait, like in total? Was it in total? Out of 24,000, the police said after completing the sale in person, the buyers will report their vehicle stolen shortly afterwards. When detectives interviewed him, he denied buying or selling the car. Sir, he has 14 felonies, okay? 6 counts of first-degree tampering with motor vehicle and 8 counts of forgery. He's currently being held on $30K bond while waiting trial. If convicted on all 14 counts, that's why he'll face up to 98 years in prison. Now, I don't think 98 years is valid. That's a lot. That's a lot. But he should do, you know what I'm saying? I would say 5 to 10 years. You know, because to me, you're defrauding people out there money. You're then stealing a car. So the stolen car, that's 8 stolen car charges, even if it's your car. But you also schemed and scammed people out there money, and they still need a car. So I do think he should do like 5 to 10, not 98. That's a lot. That's a lot. But again, you can't be. Now, first of all, who thought of that? Who thought, you know what, I'm gonna sell a car one time, steal it, and then resell it? It's kind of genius. Y'all, they fighting. Now, they say 2 Missouri lawmakers who have been in a 5-year feud were caught on camera pulling hair and throwing hands after town hall. Now, what is y'all doing? Are they old people? They don't even look young. Those were aunties. Girl, what is y'all fussing for? Y'all face to face? Not the pointing. Girl, what is you doing? First of all, I'm not finna stand around and fuss with nobody. I don't have time for it. Once you in my face, we either gonna fight or go to the car. Child, not in a. Oh Lord. Oh, they hit. Oh Lord. Oh, they throwing hands. Oh Jesus Christ. What is wrong with girl? Let's see. Missouri State Senator Angela Walton Mosley and St. Louis County Councilwoman Shalonda Webb got into a physical altercation back in September at a town hall. Girl, you a 5-year feud. First of all, everybody in here look like they on some kind of disability. Okay, they wobbling, their legs ain't girl. It ain't worth it. Okay, it ain't worth it. Don't be fussing, fighting with folks at the job. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. At the 5 years, okay, they say Mosey grabbed Webb by the hair, which sparked the tussle. Okay, about 15 of the people were in. 15, the fact that it takes 15 people to, girl, either way it always said Mosey filed a lawsuit claiming she never threatened Webb, that she maintained the dignity of her office. They're seeking $25K in damages. Child, look, let me tell you this. If you have a 5-year feud with people, you at fault. Because I'm not actively feuding with anybody for 5 years. I can't do it. I can't. And if I know me and you be beefing or whatever, there's never a reason for me and you to ever be that close in any kind of conversation. Okay. If we have a 5-year feud, there's never a reason for us to ever be in close proximity, because I'm probably gonna punch you in the throat. Just saying. Just saying. But y'all up here on camera, child. And again, that's the rule too. It's always cameras watching. It's always cameras watching. And the crazy part is, I feel like at this point they say, hey, y'all, just stop. Okay, no, just stop. Go ahead on. You come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna get in between y'all. This Pearl. Let's leave Pearl. Pearl. Come on now, Pearl. Oh, Beulah, be quiet, Beulah. Beulah, stop. Beulah, stop. Pearl and Beulah, stop. Once they're in each other's faces, I feel like someone's gonna swing. Okay, and at that point, you're both at fault. Okay, but you get a tussling child, and a hand go up, and a little push and a nudge, and the oh Lord, it knocks a full tussle. Okay, fight. Nope, and no one will forget it. Okay, no one is going to forget it. Y'all don't let them people have y'all fussing and fight up in here. Anyway, that's all of the crazy folks I want to do. Y'all take 30 good seconds. Okay, make sure you have liked the video, because why I asked you to. Please and thank you. And we are back. I have thought about doing a whole segment called White People's Business, okay? Because I feel like white people and their business can be a whole, I want to be separate with it, okay? But I don't have time. So quickly, we are, I am the Beckham family. I'm a fan of theirs. I used to like Posh back in the day because she was with, the Spice Girls, whatever. Beckham, the Bendy like Beckham man or whatever. Okay, the kids. So to me, the Beckhams are like, the Beckhams to me are like the Will and Jada over there. I'm saying, Will and Jada here is like the American. Over there is the Beckhams. Posh Beckham, David Beckham, the 3 kids, okay, their beautiful family. But I also always felt like they are very much on brand, just like Will and Jada used to be. Will and Jada were not very social media people, okay, because they come from old school. You don't really participate in the bullshit. So there are a lot of famous people who are older, who they do want to have this little layer of protection between their real life, real drama at home, beef within the family, and that things, and then what the public views, oh, we're a happy couple, we have beautiful kids, or whatever. So hearing Victoria and David's son, Brooklyn, be like, man, fuck my family. I'm like, fuck the family. No, fuck the family. So Brooklyn Beckham, who was their oldest son, is accusing his parents of trying to sabotage his marriage to this girl. Now the girl he's married to, okay, she's like rich. Okay, her family's rich. I feel like her family like Trump people, whatever. I don't know. But his issue is I'm an adult now, and my whole life, my parents have only cared about, their image, and they've been controlling, and I'm tired of being controlled. Now, I 100% believe that for years, the Beckham family have protected their image, as does any other celebrity. Okay. I'm not surprised that he's saying my parents control the narratives. Okay. They love making things seem one way, even if that's not the truth. We're not, because truthfully, no family is 100% always amazing. Sometimes your kids piss you off and vice versa. I know for a fact I pissed my mom off a lot of times in life. Okay. And once you are an adult, you do want some freedom, from whatever shield your parents have put up to protect their image. Okay. But I also think two things can be true. I think I think he's like 25, 26. It's his first marriage. You know what I'm saying? I do believe when you start to branch out on your own, you may feel like because your parents don't want people knowing y'all be beefing, you feel like they're trying to lie. It's like, no, it's just no one's business. You know what I'm saying? And you also want to be a person that when you get married, that's now your family. That's your wife is now your family. He's supposed to defend his wife. Period. The issue I have is none of this shit is our business. None of this shit is our business. And let's read a little bit, okay? I've been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private. Not if you're here now. Unfortunately, my parents and their team have continued to go to the press, leaving me with no choice but to speak for myself and tell the truth about only some of the lies they have printed. I do not want to reconcile with my family. Again, he also has, I think, two siblings, like a brother and a sister. Again, he said, I do not want to reconcile with my family. I'm not being controlled. I'm standing up for myself for the first time in my life. Now, again, in my brain, I'm hearing, again, my parents, and let's be truthful, we would have no idea who Brooklyn was if his mama and daddy wasn't Posh and David Beckham. Okay, so we're not gonna fake like he is someone we knew, and it's like, no, you were born into this lifestyle of controlling the narrative for a celebrity. Okay, that's your cross to bear. Okay, and I think now that he's grown, he's 25, 26, he got this new white wife. Okay, it's like that. He wants to speak up his lady. Okay, and you don't have to reconcile with your family. Okay, but sometimes it's also not our business. He says, my entire life, my parents have controlled the narratives in the press about our family, which I believe. I think it's true. But there's a difference between controlling the narrative and lying about the narrative versus controlling the narrative because you don't want folks in your business. So if me and my husband beefing, we arguing, we fussing. Yes, I'm going to go to his event and smile because it's no one's business that we beefing. To me, that version of the narrative just means you're keeping people out your business. I don't have any issue with that. Okay. He then said the performative social media posts, family events, and inauthentic relationships have been a fixture of the life I was born into. Recently, I have seen with my own eyes the length that they will go through to place countless lies in the media. Not he's saying they lying on people. Okay, not saying it's not just them trying to protect their peace and their privacy. They're lying about what? He says mostly at the expense of innocent people to preserve their own facade, but I believe the truth always comes out. Child, I don't care that much. My parents have been trying endlessly to ruin my relationship since before my wedding, and it hasn't stopped. Now, this is where I say, oh, what's about that white wife? Okay. And I'm saying white wife because I'm just being funny. Okay. If she was if she was that black wife, okay. This is my thing. When people start saying, oh, they're trying to ruin my marriage, to me, that means they want their son under the bubble of Beckham's. He didn't find himself a little lady he loved, and they still want to control the narrative that he feels. They want to ruin my relationship. Okay. They always hated my girlfriend, and now she's my wife. Okay. And it had to stop. My mom canceled making Nicola's dress in the 11th hour, despite how excited she was to wear her design, forcing her to urgently find a new dress. I think she got let me see. Brooklyn Beckham wife wedding dress. I just wonder, she had a custom Valentino wedding dress. Let me let y'all know something. If somebody canceled something at the last moment, you know how impossible it is to get a last minute Valentino couture wedding dress, bitch. This is the wedding dress. I just feel like the dress is gorgeous. And going from a Victoria Beckham dress to a custom made Valentino, bitch, you know how lucky you are? Valentino, girl, how much it cost? Anyway, my point is, again, his stance in saying, oh my God, my mom was supposed to make the dress. And then my thing is this also, if your mama don't like her and you know how your family is, I would not even want my future wife to use my mama as the seamstress. I know my mama. That's like if you know your daddy is an alcoholic. Okay. And if he get drunk, he not gonna make it to the function. Don't make your drunk daddy the driver, because you ain't gonna get there. Somebody, the fact that he know how his parents are, I would not have even let my mom make the dress. Cause my mom on bullshit. Okay. But again, at the 11th hour, she was forced to find a Valentino dress. Okay. Come on now, Regine and Max from Living Single. Okay. Weeks before our big day, my parents repeatedly pressured and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name, which would have affected me, my wife, and our future children. Meaning, the Beckham brand is the Beckham brand. You know, the same. You know, you have the Carters. You have hell the Obamas. You have people where the name the Paris Hilton in them, Kardashians in them. You know, you have these families who their name is a brand, and you don't want someone coming in and profiting from a brand you've built for 30 years because your son is in love with this lady. At the same time, parents, you can't want to pigeonhole your children and not having their own life, their own lineage, their own thing too. You know what I'm saying? So I can't 22. Him saying they try to force me to sign away write my name. They named you. They named you. You know what I'm saying? They named you. So it's when Blue, remember when Blue was born and we heard about like Beyonce and them trademarking the names when it were like the child the Carter did that, the Kardashians, a lot of people trademark the name because people will try to do stuff in the name of the kids. So again, I don't know. It's a catch-22. If your parents have already built brands in your name that they've been doing for years, it kind of would make sense if they don't want to allow your new wife to have access to what they've already trademarked, uh, patented, built off of. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think his parents should have all the rights to it. But if it's a conversation business wise about, hey, okay, Brooklyn Beckham, I'm, what's her? I'm Victoria Beckham. Your dad is David Beckham. We are the Beckhams, and your new wife can't access the Beckham brand yet. So legally, your namesake is already a brand that's with us. So it's again, that's that when business shit gets into the weeds of family, new marriages, new people. It's hard. It's a hard thing. But him saying they try to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name would have affected me, my wife, and our future children. Meaning they did not want to give that lady, that new wife, the Beckham brand because she's now the Beckham. You know what I'm saying? If she went from Nicola Slesvowski, I don't know what her name is, okay, to Nicola Beckham, and she then have Beckham children, she could then profit from the Beckham brand. Like with Black China and Dream. Dream is the only Kardashian baby. Rob has the only child that is a Kardashian. That was a whole thing. So I can understand it. Okay. They were adamant on me signing before my wedding day because then the terms of the deal will be initiated. My holdout affected the payday, and they have never treated me the same since. During the wedding planning, my mom went so far as to call me evil because Nicola and I chose to include my nanny, Sandra, and Nicola's nanuni at our table because they both didn't have their husbands. Both of our parents had their own tables equally adjacent to ours. Now, hold on, Brooklyn Beckham. Hold on. Hold on. Because if it's a wedding and you put your nannies at your table, and your parents are at a separate table, but your nannies, even though your nannies probably raised you, you put your nannies at your table. To me, as the mom, I would feel some kind of way. I would. If the nanny husbands ain't there, cool. Put them both at the same table together. They can be side by side. I would, as a mom, I would be pissed if at my son's wedding, my oldest son, the first wedding in our family, that you have me, your mom, and your dad at a different table. Would you put your nanny? I would feel some. Why can't the nanny be at our table? I paid her. I was like, why? Why she can't sit with us? Why she can't sit with y'all? But again, if the nanny raised them, but I would be like, wait, hold up now, okay. But the fact that he said, oh, because they didn't have their husbands, why couldn't they sit together? But I digress, okay. The night before our wedding, members of the family told me that Nicola was not blood and not family. Well, who said that? Again, if your family don't like your new person that's gonna be your spouse, it's gonna be bullshit. Once you know who paid for the wedding, because her family is rich. But did the Beckhams put any money in? Because the night before our wedding, members of my family told me that Nicola was not blood and not family. Now, she may not be blood, but she gonna be family. You know what I'm saying? But when you know when your family don't like your person, it's gonna be drama. That is what it is. Okay. Since the moment I started standing up for myself with my family, I received endless attacks from my parents, both privately and publicly, that were sent to the press on their orders. Even my brothers were sent to attack me on social media before they utterly blocked me out of nowhere this last summer. So damn, the brothers, you beefed out with the brothers too? How many kids? Let's see, how many kids they got? Victoria is the Victoria Beckham and David Beckham. Kids. How many kids is it? Well, there are 4. Brooklyn was born in 1999. Romeo was born in 2002. Cruz was born in 2005. And Harper was born in 2011. They have 4 children. So the brothers didn't block you? That's both of your brothers blocked you. My mom hijacked my first dance with my wife, which had been planned weeks in advance, in a romantic love story. No, in a romantic love song in front of her. Now, hold on, because I had seen. Was it on TikTok? Because I kept hearing the story. See, this is why I wanted this to be a separate video. Why he was business? Because it's too much. However, I remember hearing, I think I saved this. Oh, yep, it's right here. Hold on, y'all. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So DJ Fat Tony, who DJ'd the wedding, because folks kept on saying, oh, Victoria Beckham had some inappropriate dancing. It was an inappropriate moment at the wedding that made him so sad. So the DJ man is telling y'all what happened.
Was the DJ at the wedding. It wasn't a 1-day wedding, it was a 3-day wedding. I did the welcome party, then I did the wedding, and then I did a brunch on the Sunday, which was the most awkward part of it all, because everything that had gone on the actual wedding night was discussed amongst all the guests the next morning. But Mark Anthony was performing on stage.
Not Mark Anthony. So was the Mark Anthony part?
He then called Brooklyn onto stage. So Brooklyn went onto the stage where the next minute everyone was expecting it to be Nicola to go up and do the first dance. Mm-hmm. And then Mark Anthony asks the most beautifulest woman in the room to come to the stage. And then he says, Victoria,
come to the stage. So Victoria.
Now, first of all, if Mark Anthony went up on stage, if Mark Anthony asked for Victoria to come up there, then ain't he the one that, how he blaming Victoria? Ain't it Mark Anthony's fault?
Victoria's by the stage, she goes onto the stage. And of course, at that point, Brooklyn's like suddenly literally devastated because he thought he was going to do his first dance with his wife. Then Nicola.
Where's the wedding planner? Okay, because most folks have a wedding planner that say, okay, this is the order of service. You know, you have the wedding, the pictures, the cake cutting, the first dance of the couple, the father and the father of the bride dance with the band, you know, the mother of the groom and all that shit. Like, where is the damn wedding planner?
Leaves the room crying her eyes out. Brooklyn's stuck there on stage, and then they do this dance, and Mark Anthony's like, "Go put your hands on your mother's hips," and it was a Latin, you know, it's a Latin thing, and the whole
again, shouldn't we be blaming Mark Anthony? Now, also, I don't want to hip dance with my parent at my wedding, but it's like, did Mark Anthony make this up? Did Victoria ask this to be done? Like, who was in charge?
The situation was really awkward for everyone in the room. And you know, I've done an awful lot of Beckham parties in the past, and they're a very dancey, close-knit family. They love to dance, right? So, you know, what we deem as inappropriate is not how Brooklyn feels. Yes, this is all about how Brooklyn feels. If he felt it was inappropriate and awkward, then it was inappropriate.
It seems like it happened in the spur of the moment.
It really was.
So how, like, it's so difficult to deem what is inappropriate at a wedding.
And I think what's sad is that this is the bit that everybody's taken from this statement. They've kind of whitewashed everything else that went on. You know,
like, what the fuck else, girl? At this point, have a whole new wedding. Okay, because at this point, if it was a 3-day event, they get all this stuff, and Brooklyn's upset, the wife's upset. To me, it feel like, why did y'all have this huge wedding with 400-500 guests, and it seems as if there was no real plan, no real idea. This would happened. And I'm not dancing with my parent at my wedding if I see my wife runs off crying. So I feel like there is this wave of everybody at fault. The parents are at fault. The kids is at fault. Mark Anthony is at fault. You know what I'm saying? So a part of me feel like it was a shit show to begin with. And when the guy said how, whatever happened on day 1, everybody was discussing on day 2, meaning it was a shit show from the beginning. And I would have been like, you know what, husband, I don't want this. I don't want this. Once your marriage turns into a fiasco of a wedding, which is just a party for other motherfuckers, you not even focus on what's supposed to be the point. I don't want my mom to make the dress. I don't need Mark Anthony singing songs and have me, you know, salsa dance with my mama. I don't want any of that. So I'm like, who the fuck, and where's her parents? Because if my daughter is crying at her wedding, I'm finna fight your daddy and your mama. Period. So he did say, you know, Mark Anthony called me to the stage where in the schedule was planned to be my romantic dance to my wife, but my mom was there with me. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my whole life. We wanted to renew our vows so we could create new memories of our wedding day that brings us joy, happiness, not anxiety and embarrassment. You need to do that. And I am all for people creating strong boundaries between their parents and their family, meaning your wife, your husband, you know what I'm saying, your own family. You have to create that space. And there's nothing wrong with him wanting his own life with his wife, and that being that. But the transition from the controlling entity to no longer controlling anything is going to be a hard pill. Now, he also goes by Brooklyn Peltz Beckham. It seems as if he has adopted his wife's name. The same way that I think Jay-Z and Beyonce they're both, Knowles Carters. I think Jay-Z, I believe they said Jay-Z changed his name to, it might have been a rumor. I don't know. But again, he is Brooklyn Peltz Beckham now. He said, my wife has been consistently disrespected by my family, no matter how hard we try to come together as one. My mom has repeatedly invited women. Hold up. My mom has repeatedly invited women from my past into our lives in ways that were clearly intended to make us both. Girl, is this monster-in-law? Bitch, this is the monster-in-law movie with J-Lo and Jane Fonda and Wanda Sykes. Because Jane Fonda did not want her son being with Jennifer Lopez shot and whatever. Girl, this is... Despite this, we still traveled to London for my dad's birthday, and we were rejected for a week as we waited in our hotel room trying to plan quality time with him. He refused all our attempts unless it was at his big birthday party with 100 guests and cameras at every corner. When he finally agreed to see me, it was under the condition that Nicola wasn't invited. It was a slap in the face later. It was a slap in the face. Later, we and my family traveled to LA. They refused to see me at all. At this point, your family don't like your wife for whatever reason, okay? And because they don't like her and they don't like you siding with her, they're also like, get away from us. It feel like they want to be around you and not her, which is unfair to him as the new husband because that's his wife. I think they've been married since like 2002. My family values public promotion and endorsements above all else. Brand Beckham comes first. Family love is decided by how much you post on social media or how quickly you drop everything to show up and post for a family photo op. Even if it's at the expense of our professional obligations, we've gone out of our way for years to show up and support at every fashion show, every party, and every press activity to show our perfect family. But the one time my wife asked for my mom's support to save this fake dog during the LA fires, my mom refused. Child, not fuck the dogs. Not forget the dogs. The narrative that my wife controls me is completely backwards. I've been controlled by my parents for most of my life. I grew up with overwhelming anxiety for the first time in my life since stepping away from my family. The anxiety has disappeared. I wake up every morning grateful for the life I chose and I have found peace and relief. And if that's true, stop going over there. If that's true, stop going over there. If your mom and dad are these manipulative, fame-hungry, media-sucking, attention-seeking individuals, and if that fucks up your mental, then don't go over there. If you know how they are, don't go over there. Now, David was at some event and was talking about, kids talking online.
What I've found personally, especially with my kids as well, use it for the right reasons. I've been able to use my platform and my following, for UNICEF. And it's been the biggest tool to make people aware of what's going on around the world for children. And I've tried to do the same. I've tried to do the same with my children to educate them. They make mistakes. Children are allowed to make mistakes. That's how they learn. So that's what I try to teach my kids. But you have to sometimes let them make those mistakes as well. But what
So I'm not picking either side. I feel like Brooklyn has every right to have his own life and not feel smothered, attacked, and harassed by his family. At the same time, if his family don't like the wife, then don't deal with the wife. But you have to know that comes with possibly not seeing your son. So it's a catch-22. But I also don't blame celebrities who have always tried to control the narrative. As long as you're not, this is my rule. As long as nobody is actively physically hurting someone, I don't care if y'all not really this lovey-dovey. I don't care if y'all not this close-knit family. I don't care. To me, people smiling for the camera is just that. Unless you telling me that at the house, your mom and daddy be beating your ass, they're mean, they're abusive, they are mentally and emotionally attacking you on a regular basis, that's different. But the point of it being they are professional people who like to control their narrative. I don't care. And I also feel like as when you get that first piece of a person that makes you want to step away from your way of life, the people who have known you for so long don't like that person. They feel like you're changing because of that person. So I really want to see where they are in 10 years. If in 10 years he feels, well, yeah, my parents were shitty people. And I'm still happy with her. And I don't feel controlled by my wife. You know what I'm saying? Then cool. Cool. Okay. Again, they got married in 2022. So at this point, they've been married for 3 years, roughly. Well, yeah, 3, because it's just 2026. So I'm like, let's see where their marriage is, at year 5. Victoria and David have been together, child, for 30 years? Since I was girl forever, if you ask me. Marriage is hard. Having kids is hard. Being a celebrity and the amount of fame they had at the height of their careers was insane. Okay, was insane. The amount of paparazzi and people on it was insane back then. I can fully see them trying to be a bubble because I remember all the shit back then going on, and I want to try to recognize they probably do have a narrative they want to build. However, family won't always get along, and that's normal. But I don't feel smiling for the cameras to not let people into your personal life issues are you lying to the people, because no one wants to know that Barack and Michelle fight when Barack don't put the toothpaste cap back on the thing. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to know. Child, we didn't know that Denzel Washington was on them drugs when he was with Pauletta. We didn't know about we know about Jada. You know what I'm saying? There is so much, even as regular people. When you go to work, you don't want your boss, your coworker knowing my husband got pissy drunk and piss the bed. Because you saying you don't want them to know that your son child got in trouble in school, got kicked out. You know what I'm saying? There are things that regular people have in their life that you don't put on your social media. If your kid get into a fight at school, you ain't gonna post that on there, but you will post him smiling at graduation. You're not gonna post your husband cheated on you that one time in '96, but you let it go. And now you know what I'm saying, you no one. So I'm realistic in knowing there's a difference between keeping your private business to yourself and letting your public persona be your public persona without all the little itty bitty details. Now don't be lying about everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's a fine line in that. That's why I'm private. But y'all know shit. I am private, but y'all know some things. But that's it. You know what I'm saying? And when kids stop being kids and they're now adults with their own thoughts and their own comments and their own feelings, and if shit start leaking out all over the press, it's like, whoa, really? You know what I'm saying? That's what this is. But I hope there's a way for them all to eventually come together, bitch. Okay. But y'all, that's all of white people's business. Again, this is why I said this should have been. I'm gonna probably make this a separate video. Okay, probably. You know, yes, some stuff is not our business at all. You know, and I also agree as well. You do have to respect the decisions all the way around. But that also includes if the family business is a brand, you can't think that when you marry somebody, they are just added to the brand easily. That may not be true. When Candy and Todd was girl, look, that's why people are so cautious about who they allow in their life. Because if you are a $1 billion brand, okay, and you marry someone and now they are part of that $1 billion brand, they have access to all this shit. It becomes a professional business conversation. And sometimes family won't like that. They will feel like, well, because of your mom, you should just do what I want to. You should do what I want you to do. And the kid will feel like, well, because I'm grown now, you should let me do it. It's both. It's both. It's both. Okay. Anyway, y'all. What's next? White people. White people. This is some white people stuff. Anyway, I hope they fix it. I do. And I hope the marriage works. The new Bravo show with Portia and Lisa and Teresa and Vicky and what's that damn Kyle, Giselle and Luann. This new girls trip show. This gonna sound mean, but I don't care. Portia looks so out of place. Okay. I still feel like they needed an OG for, Portia ass look out of place. Portia wig, like, girl, even how does Giselle wig look better than Portia's? Okay. I get they, I don't know. But looking at the girls, Portia don't fit because truth be told, I used to watch OC. So I'm familiar with, OG Vicky. Okay, I watched OC when it first came out. I watched Jersey. I watched Beverly Hills. I never watched New York. Never. And I watched the first season of Salt Lake City, so I am comfortable with the girls. But when I look at this, Portia just looks so out of place. Not because she's the youngest one there, but because I'm like, Portia looks like a placeholder. Like, oh, we don't have anyone else to do this. Well, just put Portia in the middle. You know, I also wonder if Bravo was wondering about, damn, should we have done Portia? Because a lot of people have been complaining that, Portia is the only person who is an OG. I don't want Bravo to bank so heavily on Portia being a fan favorite. As much as we hate Giselle, she's an OG. You know what I'm saying? And she can be whatever. But I'm like, I guess so. Okay. Again, they were going to be traveling from location to location, talking to the different girls of all the shows and whatever, and we shall see. Congrats to Sinners who made history. Okay. Ryan Coogler's movie Sinners made history. Okay. 16 Oscar nominations. Okay. There's the last movie that got a lot I forgot what it was. I think it got 14 Oscar nominations. So Sinners made history. Okay, again, 16 for Best Picture, Best Director for Ryan Coogler, Best Actor for Michael B. Jordan, Best Supporting Actor for Delroy Lindo, Best Supporting Actress for Wunmi Musaku, Best Original Screenplay, Best Casting, Best Production Design, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design, which I believe goes to Ruth Carter, who also did the costume stuff for like Black Panther. She's a Black woman. Love it. Best Editing, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Sound, Visual Effects, Original Score, and Song. So again, this movie is one of a kind, and I really hope that it wins. Do I think it will win all 16? I don't. Should it? It should. To me, Michael B. Best Picture for sure. Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting, and Best Supporting is what I want them to win for, but we shall see. But congrats to them for making history. Also, about the first-time Oscar nominees, including Tiana Taylor, Michael B. Jordan, Delroy Lindo, and also Wunmi Musaku, all scored their first ever nomination. So congrats to them. Now again, if the Oscars piss me off and only nominate us and we don't get it, it's gonna piss me off. It's gonna fully piss me off. Karamo. I have not watched Queer Eye for the Straight Guy in like a long time. And I remember the first set of people who hosted the show. So I'm unfamiliar with anybody on the current cast except Karamo. And I know Karamo from Real World. So there's that. But they were doing the 10th season, and Karamo decided to not participate in the marketing and promotion of the new season. And the day they were doing like promotions, he was like, "Am I coming?" And so that was like announced on the show. Oh, he won't be here.
And remembers to focus on and to protect their mental health, peace from people or a world who seek to destroy it, which is why I can't be there today. His assistant also says that he's worried about being bullied. So let's just address it and get it off. He said in part, I hope
is a fair understatement. I will say our Queer Eye family, we've been doing this for
everyone remembers to focus on and to
almost a decade, which is pretty wild to believe.
Mm-hmm.
And families are complicated.
Yeah.
So these white men, they're all, gay men, gay, white, black, whatever. I I am a firm believer in you have to be careful of who your circle of friends are. I'm also very much aware that the people you work with are not always your friend. Sometimes they're just a coworker.
And we're definitely not excluded from that. But I think two things can exist at the same time. Is a fair.
One thing that I've been so
I hate how this is cut up. It's not even in any kind of order. Either way it goes, Karamo was absent from the promotion stuff, and he put out a statement like, "Oh, thank you to the production, thank you to Netflix." He thanked everyone except his coworkers, the guys, which made people feel like him saying, I'm gonna be bullied, harassed, I don't like it." And they're like, what the fuck happened? Well, it turns out Karamo's mama was on set one day, and mom had on headphones, production headphones, which lets you hear people talking on the mic because she was, watching on the set. So when Karamo walked away, mom has, producer ears in, and she overhears some of the guys talking shit about Karamo. Okay. She allegedly overheard Antoni, Tan, and Jonathan making negative comments about Karamo, including remarks about his life choices. She told him that what she heard, and shit went left from there. This is my thing. This is an example of co-workers who don't get along. They work together, and when the person you don't like ain't there, you talk shit. Now, we don't know what was said. We don't know because no one's saying what the mom overheard. It could be, I just hate his bald ass head. Oh, he thinks he's the shit. We don't know what was said. Whatever it was enough for the mom, the Karamo to not like it. And for that reason, he then chose to, again, not promote this last season of the show, and which is fine. I also don't care. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, in my opinion, at work, everybody talks shit about other people. That's normal. Okay? As long as you're not saying anything derogatory, anything racist, anything homophobic, as long as you're not being some kind of bigoted racist, that I don't care. If y'all don't like Karamo, if you hate his beard, you don't like his bald head, his clothes are ugly, I don't care. Because again, I am a firm believer in people at work talk shit about other people at work. It may not be in a mean-spirited way, but I'm like, what did they say? Because if they are some kind of bigoted, race, let us know. But if they just said, I don't like him, he think I don't care about messy gay drama stuff at all. I don't. And in my opinion, I would never want the end of a 10-year show to be about my coworkers talk shit about me and I ain't like it. And they call me dumb. And they hate my pants. And they like my mustache. And they think I'm overrated. I don't care. Now they don't like if they was like, oh, this black, you know what I'm saying? If it's that, let us know. But I can't. He felt bullied. I'm like, bullied. And the crazy part is, Karamo, to me, in my opinion, is the more visual person. I know of Karamo more than any of them other people on that stage. And so I'm like, is it worth it to make you the issue when it should be about the show? If all they said was, I hate his pants, I don't like his voice, I don't like his bald head. You know what I'm saying? If it's that kind of shady coworker shit, I don't care at all. Because to me, that's regular shit at work. I will talk to my friends at work if we don't like the other bitch over there. We know that's regular shit. So I'm still like, what did they say? Because if we need to write it on, let us know if we need to write it down. But I ain't writing it down over some petty coworker shit. I'm not. It ain't worth it. I'm also not gonna say I felt bullied and harassed because my coworkers talked shit about me and my mama heard it. Not you got the horse. This is the thing. For me, if I want y'all to write it down for me, I'm going to give y'all a reason. I have never liked people who say there's an issue going on. I can't say what it is, but there's an issue. And you want people to blindly follow your, fight. And then we find out they ain't like your pants. Girl, you got us upset over some pants. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue with it. Again, I don't even need to know the direct details of it, but was it just some petty coworker bullshit that happens in any medical office, any law office, at the Burger King, the Quickie Mart, the AT&T store? I'm just saying regular work bullshit happens to us all. But that does not mean we need to write it down because your coworker don't like your pants. However, if they were being differently harmful and mean and rude to you, then say that. There's so much unknown about what actually happened. And I'm not a blind follower. I need at least a little bit of detail. Okay. I need a little bit. Okay. I would never say, hey y'all, something happened. I can't say what it is. I can't say what it we can't like that. We can't. I'm like, no, guess what? My coworker told me I would say what it is. Or someone did I would say what it is. Like Christian Keys, who keeps putting out little, you know what I'm saying? Not giving us full details and be on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue. Again, I support Karamo, him putting himself first, him making sure to put his mental health first. That I fully agree with. But I can't write it on yet because I'm like, what happened? What was a joke, bitch? What happened? Okay. But again, he has a successful talk show. He's gonna be fine. Which is why he chose not to promote and do the promotion, because like I got other shit. Them girls have to go work for that show. So he's already won. But I'm still asking, what happened, Karamo? What did he say? Somebody get Karamo on the phone. Get his mom and let her say what happened, because I be wanting the bitch. Okay. But again, he said bitch is me. Trey the Songz. Did y'all remember back in 2021, Trey was at a football game, okay, and got into a little tussle with fans, shop, with the police, and all that shit in the stands. Now, this I'm a firm believer in. I don't want to fight the police because I don't want an extra charge from the police fighting. Okay. Now, Trey Songz is sitting here holding tight to a police officer in a headlock. Now, I'm like, now, why would you ever put a police officer in the headlight. So now, why would you do that? Okay. So again, this happened back in 2021 at a NFL playoff game. He is now suing the Kansas City police because he said, they came and accosted me. Okay, I was heckled and harassed by the attendees of the game or whatever because I'm a celebrity. Okay, and because I'm a celebrity in these stands, they came after me. They was harassing me. But this is also why most celebrities don't sit with regular people to avoid, getting fucked with. But I digress. So Trey is saying, I will be heckled and harassed because I'm a celebrity. Okay. The heckling turned to threats. Okay. They called security. Okay. But then I got detained. They came after me. Okay. It was wrong. It should have never been me. Okay. Trey was charged with assaulting a police officer, resisting arrest, and trespassing. But he says all those charges have since been dismissed. He's now suing for damages to his reputation, financial losses resulting from the incident, emotional distress, and physical injuries. Now, this is to get you gotcha. Trey, before this happened, your rep was already ruined because you had a few sexual abuse, harassed stuff against you. Okay. By the time this happened, we didn't trust you no more in a room alone. Okay. So I don't think this hurted. Is that word? Hurted? Hurt your reputation, in my opinion. Now, could he have lost money from it? Yeah. So that is probably true. But I think they're going to have to prove if they call security over because Trey was being the aggressor toward the crazy fans, they might be like, well, you the reason we came over here. And once we came over here, you put a cop in a headlock. And when they showed this here being footage of Trey Songz headlocking a cop, I feel like they may say, why would you put a police officer in a headlock, Trey? Why would you do that? Okay. For what reason would you put, and sometimes this would be the hard part. The hard part be we be like, we ain't even doing shit. We sitting here minding our business. And if police or security come trying to tell us what to do, we don't want to do it. Because we feel like I ain't doing shit. I be like, I'm not about to fight the police to win an argument that's going to get me arrested. It ain't worth it to me. And if I'm sitting somewhere and being harassed by drunken football fans, I want to leave anyway. Okay. So, it's a catch-22. But once there's footage of you swinging on the cop and security, and then you putting this said cop and security to the headlock, you might have a little bit of trouble claiming, that you was. But Trey, we don't trust you, sir. Okay, there have been allegations against you, so this did not hurt your reputation. You already had a fucked up. It was already done. Okay, Drake. Okay, who was filing an appeal. Child Drake. If you let this go, we will forget that he called you a pedophile. Okay, Drake had already lost the defamation case against UMG, where he was like, "Oh, Lamar called me a pedophile, and I don't like it." Okay, so Drake has now filed an appeal. Okay, to UMG. The legal counsel is arguing that regardless of the case was dismissed, he's entitled to compensation because they claim the song falsely. It was a false factual allegation. A false factual allegation. Bitch, what? A false factual. False means not true. Factual means true. allegations is alleged. Those 3 words, child, was like what? But there was this false factual allegation that he's a pedophile. Okay, he's still accused of UMG of running the records and whatnot. When the judge said the average listener wouldn't take the song lyrics as facts, so case dismissed. So they're saying, well, the dismissal doesn't mean anything because he's still, oh, there's still damage to the record. Girl. At this point, are you one? Because as we keep saying, you called Kendrick a woman abuse. You accused that being a beating his wife. You can accuse me of beating my wife and get pissed when I say, well, they think you be messing with teenagers. You a pedophile, okay? So Drake, to me, keeps losing mainly because you keep bringing it up. We have forgot. If you would leave this alone and just move on, okay? Move on, but he won't. So again, Drake to me is still crying. I want my life back. They think I'm a pedophile. We don't, but now we probably will. Just stop crying, Drake. Go do something with it. Go be something. You wanna do something? Anyway, go Glorilla. So people have been talking about Glorilla because remember I'm trying not to be shady. When Cardi B had her surgery, right? And her face started looking different. And, to me, Cardi B still looked like Cardi B, but she just looked different. You know what I'm saying? And I think Glorilla is at that point to where she's starting to look like a different person. And I don't know if it's because she's doing, different kind of touring things, if it is just the makeup of it all, the nose job. But I do feel like sometimes looking at her, she do look different, and you be like, oh, is that AI? Or is it her? I don't know. Okay. So because she put a video of her looking different, she then, because folks was complaining, right? Folks was like, she said, so did any of you hoes get a raise? We're trying to figure out why a bitch looked so beautiful yesterday? Rent paid anything? Or y'all really just that mad that a bitch gorged for free? Good, not for free. Glorilla. I don't mind anyone spending money to look different. Glorilla spent some money to look different. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And when someone replied back saying, nobody mad, we just remember how you looked. Now, you ain't got to go to nobody page and say you look. You don't go to their page to talk shit, okay? But at the same time, you can't make it seem like we're insane for remembering you look different. You know what I'm saying? But just like Cardi looked one way and now look different, I think Cardi has embraced the surgeries that she's had. Even Meg, who I don't think Meg had surgery on her face though. I think Meg just started working out, got in shape. But Meg still looked like Meg. But Glorilla's point is, you know what I'm saying? Y'all making them gorgeous. And I'm like, well, not hold on, y'all. Hello.
Good evening.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm on live. What you doing?
Oh, I was going to ask you a question.
What's the question?
I heard that somebody drove an S-Class into a terminal, to the airport terminal.
Yeah, I talked about it earlier. They didn't hit nobody, but it was fine. They drove into the airport. Hello? Child, I'm on a cruise. I think the card is dropped. She called me to ask me about the car that rolled through the terminal. But the phone hung up and I don't like it. I think the phone dropped. The card dropped. I'll call you tomorrow. It's late because it's 11:30 here. What time is it there? All right. Love you. Here you go. Hello? What? You said you're on the boat, right? Oh, okay. All right. Peace. I love you. Child, somebody called her and said, "Oh, somebody drove a car through." I'm like, like I'm TMZ. I forgot what I was saying. Back to Glorilla. Okay. I think Glorilla just needs to be like, yes, I look different, bitch. And what? I don't think anyone's upset, but I do think sometimes when I see, because sometimes I'll be like, oh, she do look different. But I also think sometimes she face tunes her pictures. I think her aesthetic has changed. I think how she operates is different. But I think she also sometimes edits her pictures a lot. Like this picture I use on my thumbnail. I'm like, who is this lady? Who is this lady? Okay. Sometimes she do look completely different. And I think is when she has those kind of photos, it confuses. So I'm like, is that Glorilla? She look a little different. And we don't, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? But sometimes she look, regular. So, you can't be face tuning your pictures and get confused and be confused. Okay. That ain't how it go. Because right here, she look like her, but sometimes in face tune pictures, girl, I be like, who are these people? Who is this? She dressed like Meg. She dressed like girl child. Anyway. But she said y'all don't get paid to look at her face. But some of us do. Okay. But again, she looked different here. So again, the same that we be seeing Nene with that weird ass face for filters and all that stuff. Same thing here. Okay. When you look different, we like, damn, that where that lady be? We don't know. We don't even know her. Okay. Nicki Minaj. I think I want to get to all the people to be done. I'm tired now. Oh, dang. Karamo we did. Oh, God. Y'all, I took too long. Nicki Minaj house was going to get sold because Nicki Minaj's husband beat up that bouncer guy back in 2019. Okay, I think he broke the man's jaw. Okay, and that man sued. Okay, and that man said, "I want my money," and that man won a default judgment for $500,000. Well, $503,000. Okay, and since let's see, the incident happened in 2019. The default judgment happens in, was it 2024? Either way it go, they've been trying to get her to pay up this money since then. The fact that Nicki Minaj is having to pay $500,000 because her husband beat somebody up is insane. And the fact that it took them this long to get done and they kept ducking and dodging. Okay. But the lawyer said she paid up. The money is here.
I know. What's the goal that you're trying to accomplish today?
We'll be telling the court today that Nicki Minaj has satisfied the judgment.
Of course. Okay, can you tell us what happened in court?
So today we informed the court that Nicki Minaj has satisfied the judgment, and so therefore there was no need to proceed further with our motion for an order authorizing the sale of her house in order to satisfy that judgment.
What does your client think of this?
He's incredibly gratified and happy. It's been a long time coming to have justice finally done here. But he's very happy for himself. He suffered a very heinous attack years ago. And not only did it take years to achieve the judgment, but then took nearly 2 years in order to enforce that judgment. And we never thought it would have to go quite this far in order to actually go and put a levy on a millionaire's house.
The fact that it even got that far to them having to put a levy on her house is insane. Ever since Nicki got with that man, her life had just been child horrible, ruined. And now she's out half. That may be why she was around there on code 45 with them did. Okay, getting the extra money to pay this judgment. Okay. But again, she paid it. That's great. But we still are not, or we still don't like Nicki Minaj. Okay. Nicki Minaj is on my hit list. We don't like her. We don't support her. It's a no for me, dog. I want to finish up because it's damn to me. It's damn to midnight. I did Karamo. Hold on. We gotta do Tamar. Okay, Tamar. First of all, Tamar is still delusional, in my opinion. Okay. Tamar posted this on our thing today, saying today. Can y'all believe it's been 5 months? What a journey. A 5 gum surgery later, I finally have teeth. I've been craving a turkey sandwich since August. Thank you to the amazing Dr. Amira, who helped me through this whole perfect journey. AI, you and your team are truly rock stars. So Tamar wants y'all to believe this her mouth. I know it's shocking, okay? I know it's shocking, okay? However, she wants y'all to still believe that she has had 5 gum surgeries in the past 5 months and that her teeth was really messed up. Now, Tamar had posted 5 months ago that she damn near died, even though the day after she said her teeth was knocked out, her nose was fractured. She was seen at an event looking normal. Okay, no swelling, no bruising, no fat lip, nothing. And now she wants to be dancing around, child. So those her new teeth. Okay. Tamar wants y'all to know she got new teeth. Tamar wants y'all to know that, my mouth is better now. I don't believe that anybody who had their teeth knocked out, they have had 5 gum surgeries, are always on live running their mouth. Because if you've had gum surgery, your mouth is sore. You don't want to talk. Okay. So it's really, really weird that I just think it's a lie. I do. Did she get new teeth? Yes. I do think she got new teeth. And I feel like, girl, and I feel child group text. And I feel like she is trying to take hold of more publicity. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand it at all. Again, if you fractured your nose and had all your teeth busted up, why have you never shown a photo of your face? Because if someone say this did not happen to me, and I'm going to post some kind of pictures, I'm going to post the pictures of my whole face. No one only has pictures of a mouth and no face. So I don't believe Tamar. Okay. Her after teeth was whatever, but girl, I still don't believe your mouth got busted open. I don't. Okay. But that's your friend, not my friend. Now I know 21 Savage. Okay, I do. I don't know Fivio Foreign or the Fivio or whatever. And I'm like, why they beefing? What happened? So Fivio was on with DJ Academics, okay? And he was questioning, I guess, the gangsterness of 21 Savage.
He's a street nigga. Like Future, I look at him like he a bitch magnet.
What's making you think that Savage is a street nigga?
Now I'm like, why are two grown men on the thing in the basement discussing another grown man? Why are y'all discussing how gangsters for what?
Okay, and seriously now, the same when you
said fuck the streets.
Okay, I think he said that because he loves stuff. Honestly, the same thing you've heard about, or well, not heard, maybe you just know. All right, the same thing I've heard about Baby when it comes to niggas he be with and how they get down. Same thing I've heard about Savage. Same. Nobody play with him. It ain't like that. You know what I mean? Heard the same thing. That's why.
Future's the biggest.
No, well, musically, yeah, of course. He's a Jay-Z of Atlanta. Clearly.
So mainly, Fivio is questioning why anyone would think 21 Savage is gangster. I'm like, why does it matter? Well, 21 Savage saw it and got pissed and responded.
Foreign, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Stop saying my motherfucking name. Don't think because a nigga trying to change that, man. Y'all niggas sit down somewhere, man. Straight up. If your ass walking around with a 38, don't say nothing to me about the street. Straight up. If your ass 35 or older, and you been trying to rap since you was goddamn 17, 16, 15, don't say nothing to me about the street. You don't know nothing about the street. You ain't did nothing in the street. Straight up. Y'all nigga keep talking about all this fuck the street shit. Savage this, savage that, savage this. Savage just slap the shit out one of y'all niggas in real life. Y'all niggas know this. Stop motherfucking playing. Don't think, cause Savage on some positive shit that is, oh, let's talk about Savage every day. Let's talk about Savage all the, nah, this ain't Foreign. Nah, this ain't that. Y'all niggas still get y'all ass whooped. Straight up. Nigga around that bitch looking for clout, man. Nigga old as hell. Poor as a motherfucker.
Not old and poor.
Talking about who a street nigga in another state. How the fuck can you tell a nigga from a whole nother state what they is? You don't even know no nigga. What the hell?
So he was pissed. He clapped back. Child. Then Fivio said, I said what I said. Go back and forth with a nigga who said, at the streets, nigga, bitch, eat a dick, pussy. I'm like, not you at 21. Girl, what is y'all doing? We don't need this in the, no, we don't need it. And then 21 Savage then said, all the rappers who beat up women think they tough. Now, he a woman abuser? He beat up women? Fivio then, now y'all know allegedly 21 Savage is dating Lotto. That's been a rumor for a while. So during a cypher at one point, Lotto had a line about getting with your Fivio Foreign.
But this shit way too good not to brag on. I ain't even fuck a rap nigga yet, but if Fivio want to, then I ain't gonna pass on. Yeah. But this shit way.
So he posted this one itty bitty little clip of Lotto. Again, to me, trying to include a diss towards the woman he's dating is crazy to me. Like, that's bitch behavior, in my opinion. So Lotto responded as well. Saying, spoiler alert, it was strictly to go viral. He never fucked. Top 5 freshman freestyle 6 years later, the clock it. Meaning you put up a clip of me and you in a cipher. I wasn't at home on a private jet, on a private plane, at a skating rink discussing you. We were performing a freestyle cipher battle. What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, it was strictly to go viral. I don't know you, happy ass. Okay, again, I think it's weird when men want to beef with other men and then want to, insert that man's woman in the disrespectfulness of it all, trying to insinuate you fuck Lotto, and she's like, no, it never happened. Okay, so that was that shit. I want to laugh to get to the game and Shaniece. Oh, okay, because they don't know. I have to leave get everybody on. Did I get the air? I had to get everybody on thumbnail. So I don't watch Evelyn Lozada's podcast. I don't like her. I think she's a weird person. And seeing these couple of clips, I feel like Evelyn is too friendly with the game, knowing how heartbroken her daughter is over how the game played her daughter. It's weird, okay? Now, the game has a baby with Evelyn's daughter, Shaniece. They were messing around. She got pregnant, but the game ain't shit. And this is a piece of the conversation.
Happy that you're here, but I have a bone. I have a big bone to pick with you.
Okay.
How did you make me a grandmother before 50?
How
did that happen, Jay?
I knew.
It was 49.
Yeah.
It was before 50, technically.
I knew you were in the crunch, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to hit you with that so that by the time you're 60 years old, you have a whole like 5th, 6th grader. I didn't want to wait, any longer because, who knows, we're getting old.
Well, you made Welly a grandmother at like 38. She was 38. I did make my mom was a grandmother at 38.
Oh,
meaning, bitch, how you claiming about me? You think grandma was a grandmama when she was a child.
Well, so there it is.
Because I had Shaniece so young, but all I know is that I didn't know how to process the information.
It happened very quickly.
Yeah.
Now, this is the get you gotcha. Shaniece is a beautiful young woman. Whatever. The fact that Evelyn's daughter chose to have her first baby with the game, who was always, in my opinion, came off as an unserious person in a relationship. I never see him as someone who, yeah, I'm gonna get pregnant by him. To me, that's a person you gonna fuck him, but very protectively. Condoms, birth control, Plan B, IUDs, all that shit. Okay, because he feel like he is not trying to be there forever.
Yeah, like I didn't know how to process it, right? Like Shaw tells me she's pregnant. Obviously, we have a great private conversation. I'm happy and I had to sit with it for a little while because I'm like, I'm gonna be a grandmother. Like this is weird, Like I know I'm.
The fact that Evelyn made it more about her being a grandmother than her daughter being pregnant by a fuck nigga with her first child is insane to me. You being a grandmama at 49 doesn't even matter, bitch. You was a mama as a teenager. So you being a grandmother and you're at damn near 50 for one. Your daughter was a full-grown adult for 2, but she's pregnant by a fuck nigga. Why is you being a grandmama even a point of conversation?
50.
Well, and you've never been a grandmother yet, so I know you were like, what does that look like for me?
What does that look like? Like what? Well, like first of all, what is she having? What is it going to look like? What is this going to be? How is my life going to change?
Bitch, what?
It's been good. Like it flows, We've had a few bumps in the road.
Yeah, sure. And this is with it feel like Shaniece is sitting there with her self-absorbed mother and her emotionally unstable, abusive baby daddy. Like, why the fuck are y'all up here like this, a keying, and I'm the victim in the middle?
Looking like,
I mean, but
I'm
it's
talking about us.
yeah, and you know, in all transparency, like that's how it should be. You know, if anything that just goes through like smoothly, straight with no bumps, like you can't grow from that. You can't learn anything from that. And somebody, if everything's smooth, somebody's hiding something. You know, they're not being they're 100% of their authentic self. One of my first questions to her was, "Did you tell your mom?" Right?
And I
was like, "Did you tell your mom?" And she was like, "Well, I'm gonna just wait a little bit." You know,
like why? If we fucking and I tell you I'm pregnant, why do you care if my mama know? I'm an adult. You're an adult. You know this being your baby. Again, weird.
And so I guess she waited a little bit and then she told you. And then I was like, "Did you tell your dad?" And she was like, "No, I'm gonna wait a little bit." But you know the thing about when she told me, I was shocked a little bit. Like literally, I was shocked. And we got
because you didn't fuck her.
into this, you know, thing like I love being a dad, right? Like I absolutely love being a dad. But I was shocked to and I don't think it was the reaction that Sha wanted. So she cried a little bit. And it was uncomfortable for her and for me. I didn't want to make her cry. I just was like, I didn't know what to say because I hadn't had a kid in 14 years. So I was like super.
But did you stop fucking? Yes, you have not had a kid in a long time. However, you were having probably unprotected sex with someone who can easily get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Look, girl, man, quit.
Super shocked. She had never had a kid, so of course she was super shocked. But when she found out, she kind of got to live with it a little bit. You know, like I didn't know as soon as she knew, so she lived with it a little bit, processed it, and then once it got to, I was like, "Did you tell your mom?" Me, she had already like, you know, kind of lived with it a little bit. So I was super shocked. She cried a little bit. I was really thrown out to the wayside about that because I didn't want to make her feel like I wasn't excited or I wasn't going to love the situation because I absolutely love my children. But we got around that and
meaning I was okay with my other kids, but when you told me that you were pregnant, I'm like, well, that's a whole new baby mama. You know, it feel like his point is, well, she had time to digest it and I didn't. So I had to wrap my you can, to me, you should be able to not make her feel like you're not happy about it in the moment. Like take your time to take it all in. But I feel like he was like, "You gonna keep it? Are you sure you want to keep it? Because you know we ain't together."
Obviously he's here and he's beautiful and throwing across the house. And yeah, he's just a great kid. And then for her being Blaze's mom, like, oh my God, like a gift to a child. Cause she's so calm and her reserve is like immaculate.
Yeah.
And like, one day he knocked over coffee, like hot ass coffee. And me, I'd be like, pow, pow. And she was just like, "It's okay." I swear to God, it was like Cinderella came to me. She had already like with the Swiffer, and she was like, "It's okay, baby," and just swept it up. And I was like, I would have just get a little pop, little no, little something. But man, she parents with so much grace, and
she does.
I'm just like ecstatic that you're Blaze's mom because I know that because I'd be wild as fuck. So,
meaning I ain't gonna be there. I'm not an everyday hands-on dad. I'm around when I'm around. Okay. So because I know you're a good person and you gonna take care of the baby, I don't care. Because you there. I think it's a weird thing when men say, well, because you're a good mom, I'm okay. It's like we should be good parents. Period.
So I know that like as long as he got you guys, you know, as his little army, like he's gonna be straight.
Because he never really had me full time in the house.
Sorry, but I feel like you manifested Blaze.
Yeah.
Like you were mentioning another child before I got pregnant.
Yeah, true.
Like you manifested Blaze.
Yeah.
No condoms and coming inside of places manifested the baby.
Our first date, you were talking about a Blaze, not him exactly.
Yeah.
But you were talking about a Blaze. So
being on a first date with a man who's discussing more babies, when at that point his youngest is 13, 14, red flag. Red flag.
You agree with that?
I do agree with that. I think that and you know,
we talked about kids.
Yeah, true. But just so you know, you guys know, because you guys are, you know, beautiful women. You guys are still like women, right? But men, right? Men see a baddie, we think with the Swiffer, like I'm gonna get her pregnant. That's what men think when they see a baddie.
You gamed me.
You gamed me.
I'm just asking.
Hey, I'm just saying, when a man really sees a woman that like is that he likes and it's a baddie, that be your first thought. Like,
not marriage, not love, not a relationship. I'm gonna get her pregnant.
We be thinking like, damn, like I would have a baby by that. So yeah, I'm manifested.
And this is who she chose that baby with. That is the most immature shit. Now, a man can say he sees somebody beautiful, I want to fuck. Fine. I don't have any issue with you saying I want to sleep with that person. But to say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna get her pregnant. What? What makes you think we're going to have unprotected sex? That I'm going to get, girl.
Like, I'm going to get her pregnant. That's what men think when they see a baddie.
You gamed me.
Well, in this instance,
You see, I'm 4 kids. I got grown kids, so it works out.
Right. Were you planning on having another kid, or did it kind of just happen?
It kind of just happened,
Mhm.
and I think that I will join Nick Cannon and NBA YoungBoy somewhere up in the numbers because.
Okay, game on bullshit. Now, Shaniece then went on to, because at one point he said in an interview, he recognized that he did not give her enough grace as a first-time mom. Did it with their shit. Okay, so he did say that in the interview, and this was her response to that.
We had a few months of like fire with fire, you know?
Yeah. Well, thank you for saying that you didn't give me enough grace, because I do agree with you. And I think a lot of my anger came from you not delivering what the expectations were.
Yeah.
So
the fact that she still sounds emotionally hurt by him probably promising her we'll be together, we'll be a family, we have a baby together, we'll be great. And then she got pregnant and that didn't happen. So I think she, even hearing the brokenness in her voice, is like, you gamed me, and what was supposed to happen didn't happen.
we'll leave that there. But I think that I had to learn how to, when I'm done with someone, I'm done with them. And because you share a child, you can't necessarily be done with them.
Yeah.
So I think I had to learn how to wrap my mind around the fact that, like, this is for life.
I have a baby with somebody who I'm not with, who ain't shit. And he's my child's father. And so that means anyone else he deals with, any of the women he sleeps with, I then have to deal with other women in his life.
Because otherwise I would have been like, you know, would we be sitting here today if we didn't have Blaze? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can
You
see
know,
that.
because otherwise it would have been like, all right.
Yeah, because when you stop talking to somebody, you're like, okay, whatever. But when you do share,
I mean, I feel like I would have still been on Drop the Low. So I would have been.
But maybe for different reasons,
Oh, yeah,
right?
right.
Because I also do feel like we were meant to cross paths in whatever capacity we were meant to cross
Mhm.
paths in. And we were having this conversation the other day by like, well, in my opinion, the universe and God doesn't make mistakes. So
Right.
Blaze was supposed to be here. You were supposed to be Blaze's dad. We were chosen to be his parents. So I think that I just had to learn how to grasp with the fact of like, okay, this is a situation in which you have to stick around me.
Right.
That's not my thing. That's not my dating life. There's like one ex that I ended up being friends with like a year or two after we broke up. But so I think that's what I had to.
I mean, your mama been with man after man, had you, had your little brother, so you've seen a person have to deal with somebody because of a baby, so it's not foreign to you. But I'm like, who put their trust in the game? Jason. I feel like he has never came off like, you know what? He's a great relationship guy. Like, to me, Game is someone you fuck. That's it. You don't try to have a relationship with him. You don't try to build nothing long standing except long dick dates, and that's it. Game comes off like someone who's fun for a fuck, and that's it. And it feel like her point is, you made me promises that did not, you had no point yet, you had no plan in keeping. And now I'm here with a baby and I have to still deal with you. And the part that aggravates me is how Evelyn seems like, how are you not upset at him? How you to me, I can see her daughter being pissed at whatever it is he put her through. And if you're on our podcast, I'm not gonna be giggly with you at all. Because even if we are in a better place now with my grandchild being here, it's cool. However, you was a fuck boy to my daughter. You gamed my daughter. You made you helped my daughter become a single parent because you went in the household. So the fact that Evelyn's point was, how did you make me a grandmother? No, bitch, how did he make your daughter a single parent? He gamed her. So I'm like, Evelyn, you stupid too. I don't like you. But the whole notion of her before, oh, my daughter, her child, your daughter got pregnant by a random ex-drug dealer with a criminal past. Okay, with a few kids. Okay, your daughter chose to get pregnant by someone who owed somebody a whole bunch of money from a lawsuit from years ago. Your daughter got pregnant by a bum. Basically, he is a bum that we all know. But we all know bums. There's always a popular guy in the hood who ain't shit, but he's a popular guy in the hood. She got pregnant by the popular guy in the hood. Because to me, Evelyn did not prepare her daughter to spot that shit. In my opinion. And now that's why Shaniece feels so emotionally hurt, because she like, I didn't even see it coming. The conversation, the connection we had, you discussing wanting more kids or whatever, and then it happens and I'm happy and you're not. And now we're not together anymore. And now I have to deal with you in my life forever, at least the next 18 years, because you gamed me. And to me, it's because her mama did not teach her to spot that shit. Now, we all have blind spots for sure. But to me, Shaniece didn't get pregnant at 16, 17. I'm saying, girl, Shaniece, what's her name? Shaniece, how old is she? She's 32. Okay, she's 32. She got pregnant at 31 because the baby's he's like 1. I think he's 1 year old. So you got pregnant at 31. And in my opinion, most of my friends, most of us who've had our fuckboy eras had it as like teenagers, early 20s. We're not getting hoodwinked and bamboozled in our 30s by fuck niggas. It's just not happening. Unless your mom or whoever raised you did not prepare you to see a fuck nigga. The game has red flags. The nigga in red. Ain't he in blood? The hell? So it's weird. It's weird. But again, hopefully she learned her lesson. And girl, get you a good man, girl. Get you a good man, Savannah. Get you somebody good, girl, because her mama, this Evelyn.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
That's Evelyn talking to her daughter. Anyway, y'all, that is all we have to, girl. It's after midnight here. I am so tired. Okay. Please make sure to like the video. Okay, subscribe to the video. I will have content up tomorrow. Again, anyone who's in a state that is getting hit by the storms, please be safe, be safe, be safe. We're gonna have a good time together, y'all, all this weekend. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and all of that. Again, if you see me in my pajama set again this weekend, bitch, don't judge me. It's comfortable. It's cold. I love it. It's my new one. I love it. So don't be cheap. Jimmy wearing 3. So what? It's clean. I'm clean. Anyway, I gotta go to bed. I did recover. I did review the Housewives, the Potomac Housewives, the reunion looks. Go watch that if you did not see it. All to the live from Wednesday. I'm gonna hopefully go to bed. I'm praying to go to bed because I'm so tired. But again, thank y'all for being around here for me. I appreciate it. I gotta go. Good night. Bye.